Hello everyone, welcome to IRW. This is Integrated Reading and Writing by Sherry Waldrop. I'm going to go over a couple of things here. Need to let you understand that there is a reading comprehension, a writing comprehension that goes with a reading and a writing process. And reading and writing go hand in hand together. You cannot do one without the other. You need to understand that as you read faster, you write faster. As you write faster, you read faster. And it's a good critical thinking aspect that they play off of one another, where you are constantly learning and doing a reading comprehension and a writing comprehension. Well, what is reading comprehension? Reading comprehension is to understand what you're reading. Are you comprehending what you're reading, or are you just reading? You need to understand there are important key words when it comes to reading. When it's the writing comprehension, same thing. You need to understand how to write effective sentences using standard written English. There is a difference between standard written English versus British English. There are numerous examples. The two are not the same. In America, we do use standard written English. The writing process and the reading process, there's a way to do things. When you are doing the reading process, it involves preview, which is where you're looking at your titles, your headings, your summaries at the back, and you're making questions about these. As you're reading also, you're reading actively. You're not just reading passively. I have to read this because I was told to do it. When you're reading actively, you're asking questions as you are reading. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Also, you need to highlight and annotate. There are key words. There's key words that pinpoint certain main ideas or thesis sentences with the writing. They go hand in hand. So you also need to understand there are important words. There's vocabulary. There's italicized words. There's also, when you're annotating, you need to make these questions down. What you need to know more of, or the author is definitely telling me I need to know more information about this. After you do all that, you have a review. You go over, you thoroughly read it. You need to make sure there's accuracy with your understanding from your titles, your questions, and your important notes that you put on the side for highlighting and annotating. When you're using the writing process, you go through stages also. They go hand in hand. They're basically reading and writing are doing the same thing, just different terminology. Pre-writing is the same thing as brainstorming. You need to find your ideas. You need to decide, what do I want to write about? Am I going to be able to write about this? You need to make sure there's plenty of information there. After you do this, you do drafting, which is nothing more than writing. What you do is you write it down. You write everything down and have it come together. After all this, you do a revising. You have to revise. You cannot just write it one time and think that will be just fine. You will not be able to go over and rearrange to find your mistakes if you just do it one time. Therefore, the ARRR. You need to make sure you do these. You need to add, rearrange, remove, replace. Not all things go in each paragraph or passage. Not all things are accurate within a paragraph. You may have to add a sentence or two. You may have to rearrange. This may have gone, this sentence may have gone in this, or you had it in this paragraph, but it really needs to be in this paragraph. This sentence you might have to remove for the fact that it has nothing to do with the topic of what you're writing about. You may also have to replace your sentences or replace an entire paragraph because it just does
Created using Powtoon.